Welcome to this talk on using Pareto's Principle, the 80-20 rule for business success. So, if you've ever felt like you're spinning all the wheels, pouring so much effort into your business, but not seeing the results you want, then I want to talk to you today about this game changing concept that can completely transform your approach to time management and, in particular, time mindset. Right? The Pareto Principle is also known as the 80-20 rule. And it's a really simple yet powerful concept because it states that 80% of your results often come from about 20% of your efforts. So, this principle was first introduced by the Italian economist Vilfredo Pareto in 1896. And he observed that 80% of Italy's wealth was owned by 20% of the population. Now, fast forward to today, and this rule has been applied to everything from economics, business strategy, time management, and so much more. The core idea of it is that when it's applied to your business, it means that a small percentage of what you do actually drives the majority of your success. It's that classic small actions bring big results. And mastering this could mean that you work more effectively, smarter, not harder. And it will free up more time to do what matters. So, how do you apply 80-20 rule in your business? So, it can be a goldmine for boosting efficiency and profitability. And here's how it tends to be implemented. So, or thought of. So, sales and revenue, 80% of your sales probably comes from 20% of your clients. Your effectiveness, 80% of your results come from 20% of your efforts. Customer complaints. 80% of your complaints are often linked to 20% of the issues. So, understanding these patterns can really guide you to focus your energy where it truly matters. So, let's break that down so that you can apply the principle to elevate your business success. So, step one, if you identify your high value activities, you can really harness the power of the Pareto principle, right? So identifying those 20%, those tasks, those clients that generate the most significant results. So audit your time, track how you spend your hours for a week, and note what activities lead to high value outcomes and which are effectively busy work. Now, there are tools that you can do this like Toggle or Clockify, so you don't have to do it just by pen and paper. You can also do a revenue analysis, review your finances and pinpoint where clients, products, and services bring in the most revenue. Are there offerings that consistently outperform others? And think about a feedback review as well. If 80% of your customer complaints are coming from one issue, focus on fixing that and you'll create a better experience for the majority. So once you know your key drivers, that's just an example. There's so many more ways that you can implement this in your business. But once you know the key drivers, you can start making those strategic decisions to amplify those areas. So, step two is about focusing your efforts for maximum impact. So, this is where the magic comes, right? When you know what's working, you can double down on those actions. So, taking those examples that I've used earlier, sales and marketing, if 80% of your sales comes from 20% of your marketing channels, focus your marketing budget and effort on what converts best. This might mean investing in, more high converting social media ads or doubling down on email marketing. Client management. If a small group of clients generate the most revenue, consider offering them like VIP services. Think about how you can upsell, how you can retain those clients. On the flip side, we all know this, if some of the clients drain your resources without significant returns, then maybe it's time to declutter those relationships. Think about content creation. If you're creating content, review the pieces that drive the most traffic or create the most engagement. Keep a note of these things rather than churning out endless content. Invest in some high impact topics that really resonate with your audience. Step 3, cut the dead weight. Once you know what's working, it's equally important to identify what's not so that you stop spending time on low value activities. So you might get rid of them. You might delegate. You might automate. There are tasks that you might dread that bring minimal results. You might delegate them to a virtual assistant if they still need to be done, or you could automate them. But maybe they don't need to be done at all, right? You can automate your social media scheduling, you can use chatbots for routine customer inquiries, but please make sure you still have the personal touch there. Don't lose that bit. Um, you can do all sorts of things that is out there at the moment. And think about product evaluation as well. Are there products and services that don't bring in as much revenue as the others? Maybe think about discontinuing them or revamping them, adding value to them so that they do perform well. But if they're not performing well and they're not lighting you up, then maybe discontinue them and focus your efforts on the ones that do bring in the revenue. So, some more practical tips for applying 80-20 rule. Batch your tasks, right? Group similar tasks together to improve efficiency. So if you're doing content creation, create all your content creation and schedule it. Don't do it bit by bit. It helps with your brain not to move from task to task. Do your client calls in designated blocks of time as well. I keep my coaching to certain days so that I can create. I can be in creative mode and I can be in coaching mode. Right? It helps with my efficiency and my effectiveness. Set boundaries. Prioritize those high impact work and set boundaries around the time. How often do you get caught up with meaningless admin, and things that really aren't going to move the needle? Prioritize those high impact pieces. And it might mean saying no to projects or meetings that don't serve your goals, but that's okay. And regularly review your strategy. I can't say this enough. The 80-20 rule isn't a one and done thing. Regularly review and adjust your strategy based on what's yielding the best results. So, some examples of success stories using this. Businesses that have embraced the Pareto Principle have seen phenomenal results. Apple, for instance, they generate a significant chunk of their revenue from just a handful of products, like the iPhone. But focusing their innovation and marketing efforts on these products has allowed them to achieve massive success. So, it's the same as if you find 20% of your marketing leads generate 80% of your conversions, you can tailor your message to appeal even more lucrative to an even more lucrative segment of the population. For me, when I had my chocolate business, I was terrible. I used to say yes to every new idea that someone suggested. If it was a flavor, a variation, I'd do it thinking that I was serving my clients. The only exception was marzipan or almonds because I can't stand either of those. But I genuinely thought I was meeting my customers' needs. And if I'm honest, I love the thrill of creating something new. But the trouble was, all that enthusiasm led to a whirlwind of lots of ingredients, endless packaging variations, and basically stockpiling up, which was money that was tied up. And it could have been used more wisely. It wasn't until I worked on my time mindset and faced the underlying need to please everyone that I realized less could actually be more. And when I streamlined my offerings, not only did I simplify my operations, but I actually made my business far more profitable and so much more enjoyable. Okay, so final thoughts. Your time is money. Applying the Pareto Principle isn't just about making money, it's about living a more fulfilled life. Imagine cutting your workload in half and still achieving the same results or even better. It's about working less and earning more, allowing you to spend more time doing what you love, whether that's growing your business in strategic ways or enjoying quality moments with your family. And just to finish on a point, if you liken the Pareto Principle to a 5-day working week, then 20% is 1 day. And what it's saying is that 1 day of your efforts are achieving 4 days of your results. So can you imagine if you identify what that 1 day is, double down on it, you could be working 2 days and achieving 8 days of results. That's why I can safely say that my clients work less and earn more, and so can you. Because Pareto's principle is the secret weapon for scaling your business and designing the life you want. If you're ready to give it a try, then start by identifying 20% today and see how it can transform your life and your business. Check out the details below as I've added some more things that you can do. Okay, take care.